like God took a hold of me. That's
What
the only way.
religion are you?
I'm Christian. Like, I don't think it's a religion to me. I think it's just faith, in Christ.
I saw Joseph and Mary when I was young.
Hmm?
Yeah.
How'd you see them?
I was in like 3rd grade. We were on a trip back from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Flew through a thunderstorm cloud or something, and the plane went into a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
Turbulence was so bad. It was pitch dark outside the window, and the plane just dove. Suddenly, it just leveled out. Eventually, the sky brightened up. It cleared out. It was bright blue outside. Clouds were nice and puffy, and seriously, everyone on the plane thought we were just gonna crash. Like, it was bad. It was nosediving for the longest time. I look outside the window, and there's this big puffy white cloud, and there's a man standing on the cloud. He's standing right there, looking right at me, right at the plane, right at me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't know who he was. He was wearing a robe, brown hair, slightly curly, had a stick, wore sandals, and he looked like he needed to shave. He was just standing on the cloud. I ran and got my mom, and she looked out and didn't see him, and he wasn't there anymore. Later on at Christmas, when my mom was laying out the statues under the Christmas tree, I pointed to the statue and I'm like, that's him. But the statue had a different colored robe, and his beard was shorter. And I was like, Mom, that's him. And I was like, that's Joseph. So my mom had said that he was the one that pulled that plane out of the sky.
I do believe in miracles. I'm pretty sure what you're seeing was him.
Clear as day, too. He was standing right on that cloud staring at me. And his eyes looked so kind and gentle, and he looked like he was so full of love. I saw him for a long time, too, and I couldn't look away, and then I ran and got my mom, and he wasn't there anymore. I saw Mary when I was trying to ditch church. We had a service, like church had a service on the front lawn because we had a cookout afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And to ditch the church, I went inside the church to sit on the pews there at the altar.
Mm-hmm.
So like the statue of Mary, the shadow started moving like the wind was blowing her robe open. And her shadow, the robe, was just blowing in the wind. And the statue wasn't moving, but her shadow was blowing, and she was turning, and her hands were moving, and I was just like, holy shit, I thought I was crazy. I went closer and closer and closer, and it was still moving, and I freaked out, ran outside. I was looking around. Nothing else in there was moving. The statues were still. There was no candles flickering. It was just the light was on and everything looked normal. But that statue, the robe kept blowing. I was like, oh gosh, and I ran outside. I was like terrified. I'm like, oh my God, am I crazy? I thought I was losing my mind.
No, you're not crazy. A lot of times let's just see things so we can react.
I went to church that day. And every day after that.
Let's just see things so we can just understand that he's there. See, God is He's love. That's what He is. He wants your heart. He wants your undivided trust in Him. That He can change you and He can make you that person that He created you to be. But a lot of us run away. That's where I'm at. So when He grabs a hold of you, He changes your heart. In the best way possible, because I used to be a whole different person before. You know, He gives you you. Like he gives you His heart. He takes your heart out and He puts His heart in. And you see the world in a different way. And you see people in a different way. And you see your reason for living in a different way. See, when my wife passed away, I got angry at God. Because He took away the most important thing in my life. And it was hard for me to forgive. Even though that's like untrue, because you know, God is ever knowing. He knows everything. He's powerful. There's a reason why that happened. But we're human, and we don't understand things. We don't understand a lot of things, and we get angry because it didn't go your way, because you think that your way is the better way, and that's not the case. So for a while, I was